Okay, so here we are with a book review for today. This is On Great Fields, The Life and Unlikely Heroism of Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain by Ronald C. White. This is new from Random House, and I highly recommend this one, as I would tend to do about a good biography. I love biographies because biographies are a wonderful way to get insight into the world surrounding a particular individual, and this is a great book. It handles his formative years more than most biographies of Chamberlain do. It talks about his early years, his youth, his education, and his faith, which is something extraordinarily important that he holds onto with both hands for his entire life. And he lives a very long time, into his 80s. So his ideas about education are extraordinarily important. His ideas about God are extraordinarily important. And they form his worldview. And they form his worldview that leads to his commitment to education later on, and his commitment to humility and his commitment to duty, something that I think is extraordinarily important for a guy like Chamberlain. It traces through his war years, most famously, of course, his defense of Little Round Top as the colonel of the 20th Maine during the Civil War, but also his most horrific wounding outside of Petersburg in 1864, a debilitating wound that's going to trouble him throughout the rest of his long life, a wound that was meant, and to describe it would be, maybe too much. He's wounded in the hip, goes through one hip, lodges in the other hip, and it messes with everything in the middle, if you get my drift. And so he's going to have troubles with that through his long life, as doctors had thought that it was a mortal wound, and he has numerous surgeries, numerous infections. The wound never quite heals. It's very uncomfortable, as you can probably imagine. It's excruciating throughout the rest of his life, and yet he has a very busy career, both as the governor of Maine for 4 consecutive terms and as the president of Bowdoin College. You can look at college politics, which are really interesting in this book, and how he is so committed to developing a curriculum that involves liberal arts education and critical thinking, as opposed to the old 19th century way of sort of rote memorization. And he doesn't like that very much at all. In his political world, you get a real glimpse at the just nutty politics of state politics of Maine, and the things that go on in the political world of Maine are just like, whoa, kind of blew my mind. But some crazy stuff there. And then also his commitment to veterans activities in his later years, especially reunions at Gettysburg, the 25th reunion, and he's very interested in the 50th reunion, though he doesn't attend because of health reasons. But what it ends off on this book, in a very short epilogue, it talks about Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain in historical memory, that up until the novel by Shara, Killer Angels, the Ron Maxwell movie, Gettysburg, that features him prominently, and also the Ken Burns documentary in the 90s, which all bring Chamberlain to the fore in terms of Civil War memory. Up until that point, the real heroes, or the heroes that people thought about when it comes to the Battle of Gettysburg, for instance, were Strong Vincent and Gouverneur Warren, not the colonel of the 20th Maine. And it's really interesting how popular culture has sort of reinvented this guy as the hero of Gettysburg, the hero of the Union Army, and maybe even the savior of the Union. Is absolutely fascinating to me. So this book covers all of that. By all means, grab yourself a copy of this and subscribe to this channel. I think that that's the right thing to do. And you can, of course, follow the links in this channel to all my social media, and we can have conversations about this book or any other book that I review going in the future. Okay. Peace.